Anyway, no one has ever seen this car without a hood on because it was welded up steel. And I'm changing everything. Going for a whole different look. Put some twin turbo in it, I'm changing everything.
And it's raining.
Oh, we're soaking wet. So I'm gonna have my hats like that. I'm probably gonna have to shorten that hat in order to run the scoops that David hooked us up with.
It barely touches.
Yeah, but it touches pretty good. We're just changing things a little bit. I've never seen this car with a tunnel ram with a hood off of it in my life. When I made the front end tilt and stuff, it didn't even have a motor in it.
I was trying to remember when that was. It's been a long damn time ago.
Yeah, many years, many years.
Had one cut wheel. We had one cut wheel down to our name. I was like, well, we're just going to drop the hood off. Look at it. Shit, can't do that.
Nah.
I said, how long is it going to be before we cut that hood off? And he was like, I don't know. It's like
We'll do it right now.
He didn't want Cal. He hates the Cal. But
yeah, I've never liked cow scoops, but it's simple. And it's
done. For turbo cars, you need that out there in the front like that. Because ain't nothing else hard at work.
So
Dave's good enough to hook him up, and that's good mojo hood right there.
oh yeah, the one that's on it right now come off David's stuff.
Yep.
That old one over there.
Yep. Yeah, that's David's too.
Yeah. He said it's junk, I don't want it, take it
Real
on.
stuff is David's.
Yep.
Yeah, he took us up, so. I think it's cool as a motherfucker.
I like it. When it's black, everything's all done, it'll be cool.
Yep.
Got my radials, 275 6015s mounted on my center lines. Finally got them to fit. They're close, but they fit.
Yeah. Get a little massage. We got to do a little more massage.
I got cow tracks for it. I'm going to do a full cage in it. Going to tie the frame together with better frame connectors. It'll be ready for 6s. Safety and everything else. It runs good as is, but
I'll last you. Haul more. He still got to do a little more painting on the wheels. He just sprayed the black to get
yeah, I just wanted to see what they'd look like black.
Yeah, it's gonna look.
I didn't even clean them off. They got oil and everything on them. I just shot them real quick.
He gave him a plan. He'll hit it. He'll hit it. He'll hit it.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of got to go see where a car takes you. You know, you just start
Yeah.
then you see where it wants to go.
This car has been old school since the very beginning, and it's still got the old school to it, but
It's still old
with
school.
the turbo and everything else,
It's still old school.
I kind of want it to be unsuspecting. Like you're out driving around, it'll have that just like a cool hot rod look to it.
And then his seat's up a little far, so he's going to put a cage in because his seat ain't really comfortable, so you need to get that seat back there.
Yeah,
And put that cage in there where you ain't got to worry about it.
yeah. And I need a halo and down bars and everything else for the doors. So I cut these off. Built me a filler panel. Make everything solid. Weld everything up. I got the top made, the sides on, the whole thing is together. Alright, right there is my tubes. These are going to be my intake tubes. Like that. Like that. They'll run right up, turn in down when my turbos go. And that's it. I should have went bigger, but 2 inches what I got, so ain't no room for 2.5 or 3. Should be fine. Pretty cool. Alright, so we're back out here working on 74. You seen where I built my new breather setup for the twin turbo tunnel ram. Let me turn this welder off. Now we're making this hood fit. We got these Zeus fasteners. So it's going to be a lift-off hood that tilts also.
Yeah. I bought them Zeus fasteners at a swap meet 10 years ago for $5. Never used them for nothing. I was like, I got some of them heavy Zeus fires. Put them on there. So put them on.
But my turbo hat or whatever
Hey, wait, check this out.
clears.
They made a whole new thing. Looks good.
Yeah, see, it clears this hood, which was the whole issue. The other one didn't clear the hood.
Here we go.
Yeah, see? And it will have this other plenum top. This one's a little shorter than that one, because this is what I use to set
They changed it all
everything
around
up.
and rebuilt it and redone it. I think it looks cool like it. We call it the little bull.
Little bull. But see, my turbos will be here, boom and boom, and then my intake tubes will run down just like it was before, and my blow-off valve is going to be here in the front. So
I think it's pretty cool.
I didn't measure nothing. It just happened. It clears by like ½ inch.
Yeah, he's in there cutting his cardboard out and folding it around. I was like, how's that going to look? And he kind of drawed me a picture, and damn, it don't look just like it. It's pretty hot shit, I think.
It's all sealed up underneath and all that. Now, it ain't perfect. It'll all be painted.
Simple little exhaust, old exhaust shit's all it is.
Yeah.
And it fits tight.
Oh yeah.
Tight. Pretty damn tight. I took it off easy a while ago. It slid right off.
Yeah. See, go in there. You get whether one turbo boosts before the other, which they shouldn't, but if they do, it all gets mixed equal.
Yeah. You can't buy one. You can't find one until you bet one.
Now there is none for a tunnel ram.
Nope. And the hood was too tall and they hit that scoop a lot and it jacked the hood up, so we was going to have to do some modifying. So he's like, well, I'm just going to change the whole thing and make it fit, and it clears the hood just fine.
So we run a brace across here, use a little ghetto welder to weld that in so the whole thing will still tilt.
Drug a little generator right here and did a little drill and used the front of the damn Suburban for a workbench, and that's how it rolls.
That's how you do. I just want to turn the camera on and show you what's going on.
And we ain't filming, hold on, I've been filming with the picture camera, my telephone.
Big changes for the Nova. Can't stay the same forever.
It's going to be killer though. It's going to be another level. It just keeps on creeping up. It don't go backwards. This is going to be cool. I think it's going to run like scalded shit with that damn tunnel ram setup.
It will.
It's going to be a lot better.
I would put money on it will fly with tunnel ram and turbos.
I guess about 40, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, about
Which it ain't even so much about that. I wanted something that looked more simpler, it would kind of blend in better. So a cow will blend in with every other Nova you see.
yeah. We ain't chopped and butchered up. We put fasters on it like it's supposed to be done and that shit, you know.
All right. Kind of hard to see because it's getting a little dark out here now. But it is a lift-off hood that tilts. These fasteners are on. It's tilted. It's not perfect, but it's on there.
Just like you pictured it. You done it.
Yeah, see now I got a tilt front end with a lift-off hood. Down the middle. It ought to clear. Oh, I keep looking for my little, yeah. Well, cool.
And now where are
I'm pedaling. I changed the plenum top of my tunnel ram. This has no ports. This is one of the early ones. Not the TR1 X, but the TR1Y. That's one of the first ones that come out with the small plenum on it. Dad got this a long time ago. So what I did is the one that I had bought for the 64 that I put on, took it back off, put the big plenum, the TR1X plenum, on the 64, took the TR1 plenum, TR1Y plenum off the 64, put on the 74 because it's got ports for vacuum, so I can run my boost gauge and all that stuff off of it. Yeah, I'm
y'all clear on that?
trying to explain it, getting all tongue-tied. But now this should tilt now without catching. Clear.
Look at that. Look at his handprints all over fresh paint.
Yeah, well, I just painted it
Y'all
so
handle
that,
shit before you get it let it dry.
I just painted it so it wouldn't rust. I got to put a nice paint job on
We'll
it.
touch the shit before it dries.
But see, and that goes across. I need a couple little braces, but now everything clears, and this is nice and flush like it's supposed to be on the carburetors. Let me go to the side where the sun's not blinding. Yeah, it'll be black, valves will be black, turbos will be black, all the plumb will be black, black everything. Gloss black, not flat black. I just threw a little paint on so I can see what the front end would look like, all black. And I like it. Get some more paint, come out here tomorrow when it's actually halfway decent weather and not 30 degrees. Alright, I got my boost gauge set up. It's reading vacuum right now. This is why I swapped these intake tops so that I had a port out of intake. It's reading the vacuum. Yeah, it is 2020 official, first day. Yep. January 1st, 2020. That's right. We was doing it last night. Let's have a closer look at the original blow-through turbo 79 Suburban 4-wheel drive. The first one they was.
Who do you think it's the first one?
I ain't never seen one. The original.
You'll be the only one with 3-inch turned out the side right there.
Yeah, that's what's happening. If we could go big turbo, not big, a GT35 instead of a GT45. GT45 takes too much longer to spool.
You can just tell she's a little bit choked and she's not like it.
So it's big time choked.
And I got to get ready for the damn snow axles.
But the boost is low. We only got 5 pounds of boost. We ain't turned the boost up yet. When we get the big turbo, we'll turn the boost up. It just don't make no difference now because it don't flow worth crap.
Yeah, it don't run good. Oh, that bigger turbo will have it. We'll let you know how that thing does. It's supposed to be a bulldog. Put that on there and then we'll put that pop-off valve and where the
yeah, the GT35 is the biggest T3 flange you can go to.
We should be able to gain a little more power for this old dog.
My little gauge works pretty good. I just wanted my boost gauge somewhere where I could see it. I'm only going to run 7 pounds. Well, actually, I can go to 8. 8 will be safe, but I'll start out with 7 and then go to 8. Well, when I put race fuel in it, I'll run 12. I'll run 12 pounds of boost when I put the race fuel in it. But as far as pump gas, after I drop a compression, thing is going to be 9.66 to 1, and the cam's got 64 degrees before the intake side closes, intake valve closes, so it bleeds off a lot of that compression. So I'm able to run more boost with a higher compression motor because of the cam duration and stuff. So lobe separation, cam duration, all that. So it bleeds off. So I'll be able to run 7-8 pounds of boost on a 9.66 to 1 motor on pump gas. I probably get away with more boost than that because of the cooling effects and because of that tunnel ram and everything else. I bet you I can run even more on pump gas. I just don't want to push it right out of the gate. I don't want no detonation. Y'all seen all that when we did the S10, the countless times up and down the road tuning them in. I ain't got no wideband, I ain't got none of that. I just pull the plug and read them.
You won't do all that yet. I'm telling you that thing like that. It'll be in a damn hump.
It'll be fast. Well,
he won't do much tuning that thing, and that thing will be set on down to you. Down to you.
I bet you I don't even got to mess with them. I mean, I've done build them to be ready. See, the cool thing about boost is if you build the setup to work good naturally aspirated, when you boost it, it works just as good. So I went ahead and fixed the things that need to be fixed in the carburetors before I put them back on. Yeah, it'd be fun.
Have that thing, a whipping and a weapon and a slapping and a bapping.
Yeah, I still got to sand it down and paint it, but still got to do my wheels again, make them look good. I just test shot. It's going to be cool. You'll never think there's a twin turbo tunnel ram setup, 388 under there. Yeah, I got 488 in it now. I'm probably going to go with a 342 or I might even try a 273 depending. It'll be out there if you got a 342. That's what I would love to have. 342 would be perfect. So let me know if you got one.
You ever think we'd run less gear?
Well, like the S10, 345 turbos like load.
Oh, yeah, they do.
And when you put a gear like that in it, when you got torque from a turbo motor, it loosens up that converter. So your converter, if it stalls at 3,000, when you put the torque to it, it'll stall at 35 or 36, 37. This is 3,800. And with the gear and stuff in it, it stalls at about 3. So if I can get it to squeeze on up there to 35 or 36, that's where all my power will be coming in. So I'll be able to cruise below that with traffic at 70 mile an hour at what, 2,000, 2,200 RPM with a gear like that, and be able to stand in it and run long way.
Yeah, as long as you want to.
Mm-hmm. So, I'll probably get the bigger turbos. I got the same ones as these little ones, 2 of them. I'll probably go up to twin GT35s on it.
You put bigger on that.
But, yeah, so fix to start 2020.
I know that, but damn it.
I'll go pause this. I'm going to throw my 2-step on this thing and do that real quick. Then it'll be dark. I mean, Mike, Ferrucci. I can't pronounce the last name for Ferrucci. Ferrucci? I'm not no cutting linguist. But he sent this adjustable MSD chip, and I done wired up my MSD 2-step, and I done adjusted. I had it like 1,500 RPM. Got it in the car. It was going in the S10, but I gave Colton my adjustable box, so I put that chip in here. Oh, armament switch. I got it on this right here. Now it's on. Got the wheels off, got the car jacked up. We're fixing to do something I never thought I'd do, just like I never thought I'd put a cow scoop on. Fixing to put 273 gears in this thing. Taking the 488 out, put a 273 in, which when I turbo it, it's going to like that a lot better. I'd like to have 342s, but I ain't got none, so 273s is what it'll have to be. Because I got them in stock. I'm going to throw them in there. This ought to loosen the converter up even more to 3800 stall. It ought to flash at about, it should flash to about 38 instead of right now it flashes to 3 when you put more load on it with the gear. So, be able to run on the interstate with turbos and tunnel ram. But I'm just doing this now with the motor as is without the turbo, so I can see what a difference it makes and then how it improves when you put turbos to it. So,
one piece at a time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, getting everything ready for the turbos. Because I know what worked on Colton's S10, and the higher gear we went with, the faster the truck went. Yep. So.
Yeah.
So that's what we're fixing to do. And it is cold, it is not hot, it may look sunny, but it is not warm. I'm crawling here, take everything loose, pull out the 488 and put it in the 273. Just sounds ridiculous, but
it is craziness, but
yeah, we'll see. We'll see what it does.
Yep, go backwards with a turbo and forwards with a regular motor.
Did it come loose? Yeah. Oh, alright, got the gear out, well the carrier out with the ring gear and stuff on it. Dad's pulling the pinion gear nut off. And then we're fixing to swap everything, although things you say we already have. I can probably do nothing extra. Alright, finally the 273. Like I said, it's weird saying that. It's in. 488 is out, laying right there. Dad's putting the drive shaft back in. Doesn't even use the dial indicator.
Knock it down gear.
At this point, we can just do it by feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can put one on there. I'm telling you, it's probably 5. All right, there it is. It's in. All done, ready to test. Just gotta finish blowing my fender out a little bit more. Put my wheels and tires back on, take it up the road. So, probably do it tomorrow. The weather allows. Letting it warm up before I take it up the road. Took the hood off. 273 is fixing to go test it and see what it does. Gotta put air in the tires and stuff, bud. Go over here and shake it down. Yeah, look at this. It would push through at about 2.
pretty hard on a 273, ain't it? Don't sound like no 273 gear, does it? That old motor is fucking mean, man. That shows you how strong that motor is.
Enough to where it would be at peak when it come out of the hole.
I don't know if you can tell, but that something's left good with that in there, boy. It left harder than it did with the 488.
It's got so much slip up high though.
Yeah, it's got a lot of. Yeah,
it might need a little tighter converter, you think?
I don't know, man. That's pretty fucking wicked right there. think that's a 273 gear, would you, boys?
No. But it did exactly what I said it would do.
Yeah, it did, but it stalled more than you thought. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it didn't smell too bad with just me in it, but
yeah, my fat ass over here.
See, that's what I was saying. If your converter's tight, put a different gear in it, put more torque through the rear end, through the transmission, everything else, loosen that converter up. Proven fact right there.
I'll tell you real quick how damn stout your motor is.
Oh yeah, 273 is,
yeah,
that's
273, you've seen it go in, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's success. So it almost makes up for the fact that the windows broke out, and now I got to figure out a way to fix that. So.
And, damn good motor.
And it ain't got the turbos yet.
That way I was like, what the heck? It was just like
Porch built. Porch built motor.
we're gonna add more power to this fucker.
Yeah,
Shit.
more twin turbo. Now that,
But you'd have to feel it leave though. I mean, it leaves hard.
yeah, the videos don't do it justice.
No, I mean I couldn't even keep so much on the tack. It took so much. I wasn't even ready for that. And I did it better down here when you mashed it, but up there I was not ready at all.
I had the GoPro in the back window. It caught everything. All right, that's a wrap on the 273 install. And
5 hard streak down there, though. She done good.
yeah, motor wasn't even warm yet, but it's 30 degrees, so.
That's a good damn motor, because ain't these 273s with drag radials, wide, big drag radials, and pull out like that. It doesn't good.
Naturally aspirated. Wait till the turbos are on it.
And to be in it to feel it, the camera don't even give it the damn. I mean, that son of a bitch yanks.
Yeah, it runs pretty good.
Yeah, it feels real good.
Like I was telling Dad, I don't know what the percentage of my converter slip is. I'd have to go and make a pass with it and see what it runs, and then I could do the math on the motor, the horsepower, and the weight of the car and the tire and everything else and figure out the converter slip. But
It's under a bad son of a bitch, that's where it's at.
it runs pretty good.
Like up high, it doesn't go past 5,500 RPM. It just goes there and stays. I got that 3,000 installed. Those Dad's old B&M back here I'm gonna throw in it and take this one out and see what it does with 3,000 installed and 273 gear. So should be about right with 3,000 because it'll probably stall at 34, 35. I don't know. Let's put it in there and see.
But maybe tomorrow we'll do converter swap. Well, as long as it's in the transmission housing.
It is. You drop once you just reach in there and shake the train and I'll fuck with this bolt and I'll come
All
out.
All right, got everything loose. Pulled my distributor cap off my rear carburetor. Converter's loose. Tranny's loose. Cross members out. Drive shafts out. All the stuff to do a converter swap. Going from my 3800 that now stalls at 4200 and then flashes the 55 and blows through to a 3000 B&M. That's not rated for the horsepower this is going to make by putting it in anyway.
That's why you run it.
So we got, we took that converter, put it in Cole's S10, and it went from running 690s to 665 with a 355 and 570 horsepower.
The converter's rated 300 horsepower and it's Colton put a lot more than that on.
It said 350. It says try not to exceed 350 through it. So
We got 354, but no more.
yeah, we'll put them through our paces. But
That's the only one we got.
yeah, that's all I got. So let me get out here and film this. Yeah, see everything. Not much to see, just transmission and crap. But I'll show you the converter when it comes out. All right, this is the one we're putting in. B&M 2800 to 3000, 28 to 32 it says. I'll film the one that come out here in a second. All right, converter's in. It's got to slide the dipstick tube back in once we get it up where it needs to be. And I need to get some silicone for that because
Yep, lay some damn goop on that sub bitch.
anyway, tran's back in, converter's in. Couldn't really film it because it's dark and cold, but it's all back in there. I'll go back a week because I got to get a light.
Don't say that about y'all can't do that in your damn garage. I don't hear it.
Yeah, see, we got it right here. We got a little heat blowing. It's cold. Lost my toboggan somewhere. Oh, it's over there. But you can't really see, but it's all back up underneath there. It's all good. I'll show you the other converter that I took out. It's supposed to be in a 3800, and it flashed to about 34, 35. But then when I did my gear swap, I put the 273 in. This thing did exactly what I wanted it to do. It started stalling up at about 4,000. And I was able to leave it 4,000, but then it would flash to 55. And then the torque of the motor was just blowing through it. Because there's so much load with that gear and the torque that motor has, it was just blowing through the converter. Like you would shift and you get no RPM drop at all. It just stayed at 5,500. So, and I was only going through first and second gear. So we'll see what what the other converter does. It ought to be, same thing happened to Colton's S10. He was blowing through the converter. I put this 3,000 stall in it. It tightened it up. It dropped 1,000 RPMs in between shifts and it held up for. But there's my drive shaft. You ain't seen that before. Long time ago, I did that December 23rd, 2012 when I put this car together. And I did it like a candy cane because it was December. So there's that. In case you ain't never seen that, I got cow tracks to put on this thing.
The trans is in. I got to hook up the converter. But yeah, it's all back together. All right, there it is. It's all done. Exhaust is on, drive shaft's in, converter's hooked up, trans is in, cross member's in. Just got to put a little trans fluid in it, hook the battery up, fire it up, and let it get a little heat in it and see where it stalls. Foot brake stall. All right, well, it is dark. Luckily we got a little bit of light and flashlight and a drop light out there. Everything's done. So now I'm gonna fire it up and get a little warm and see where it foot brake stalls to. Nowadays, this one guy on YouTube, but I was like, you cut out the best part. I want to hear it starts. There's a cold start. Exactly 3,000. It's perfect. That'll work. All right, success. I have headlights, but they don't work for some reason. My dimmer switch is bad, and it used to have high beams only. Now it ain't got high or low. Ain't got nothing. But yeah, right at 3,000, 31, somewhere in there. It wants to spin in the gravel. So up the road, I'll leave it about 332, somewhere like that. And then,
Flashlight out the window.
huh?
Flashlight out the window.
I can't see. I'll just wait till it's, if there's somewhat of a dry day tomorrow, even if it's cold, I'll still come test it. Or Saturday, one of the days. But hey, that's a whole sight better than the other one. The other one would like free rev in the gravel to almost 4.
Yeah, that's cool. It's in there.
But it's loose enough that you can bring it up.
Yeah,
So with the
sounds
turbos,
good.
it should still be good.
Sounds good in 3. Don't sound too tight.
But we'll see going up road if it's like, wah!
It'll probably be all right.
I think so.
I think
We're trying to beat the rain. We got out here. We're gonna take it up road. 273 gear, 3,000 stall, 388. Getting everything ready for the turbos.
take one.
Yeah, I relocated my GoPro to right here so you can see the tack and the converter slip and all that other stuff. Dad's not riding with me right now because the tires scraped too hard for him in here. So this is 273 gear, 3,000 stall converter, total ram, 388 small block, 11.5-to-1 compression, fixing the drop compression and twin turbo. But I'm fixing all the stuff that I know I'm gonna have to fix ahead of time, so that when I go turbos, the gear's right, converter's right, everything's right. Which is exactly what I had to do in Colton's S10. So. Way better. Converter's loose, but it's actually grabbing too, so that's awesome.
I'm in a chase vehicle. We're going to take this, and the tires rub a little bit. My fat ace in there, so I'm going to take a Suburban up here and follow the field. So I don't rub the side of the tires. I'm a little too damn heavy to ride in. Hang with me. A little bit of street dyno, baby. A little bit of street dyno on the nose. Real as it gets, ain't it?
This thing still ain't warm yet.
enough, I think.
All right, so on a little hunt for a 342. The 273 don't feel bad. I'll leave the 273s in with that converter and then do the twin turbos, which would be about 200 more horsepower. And then probably step to a 342 or something. I'd like to just get a 342 to have anyway, just in case I want to swap. But 273, very few people run a 273 with anything that ain't turbo. And that being naturally aspirated, that's...
Yeah, most 308, 342.
But it drives so good. It like cruises,
Yeah.
which is awesome. So, right, that's a success. We beat the rain.
Motor don't care, son. She'll pull.
So that's a wrap on that. We're gonna head on out of here. Still got to put the cow tracks on, but with 273, it hooks pretty good.
It done good.
It spins just a little bit, like what you said, a little bit. Then it grabs.
I figured about 10 foot. You can make it. Yeah, well, it does good.
Well, cool. All right, out of video.
That part shaking down on the dyno.
Yeah, out of video there. Dad got some video on his phone.
That's
So
probably loaded. That's the biggest load right there. You can hear it on that transmission. That'll ever be on that converter.
oh, it's a big load.
It would have spooked her right there.
Yeah, it's a big
When
load.
you pulled it up and it started locking, you was like, brr, I was like, oh. I was like, go.
But
Come on up.
I just wanted to see where it would go to before it would push through. But all right, that's a wrap.